Should I stay or should I go? How to know when it's time to move on with myself, Ruby, and Star Rose Bond, co-founders of Life Camp. This is the audio version of our workbook, Finding Your Compass. If you've been agonizing over these questions like, should I stay or should I go? How do I know if it's time to move on? Or how do I know if they're the one? We're going to recommend taking a different route. Before deciding whether it's time to keep or kick rocks to a person, a place, a thing, a job even, in your current reality, we invite you to explore, meditate, and journal on what actually matters. So we designed this question in the mini workbook to help you connect to your heart, your wise self, and your inner knowing. And what I'm going to do next is read them out loud for you, along with some binaural beats to help you really drop into that meditative knowing space. We want you to treat this process like a discovery voyage, a journey into the unknown. Not like you already know the answers, but really get into this curious place where you can bring your most curious self. So, make yourself a cup of tea or coffee, a glass of bubbly, whatever, and bring a desire to get to know you just a little deeper. The truth will find you, we promise. You got this, and we got you. So much love. All right, let's get on with the questions. Should I stay or should I go? This first set, just want you to meditate on the questions, really feel into them. You can check in with your head, drop into your heart, and even drop into your gut. Just being with the questions. Most of these in the first section are yes or no. And I want to encourage you to both notice what comes up first, and then notice the stories and the emotions, the feelings that come up second. Joy. Does this person or job or thing help me access my authentic joy? Does this person, this job, this house, this car, does it help me access authentic joy? Expansion. Do I feel like I can grow, expand, and be my full self with this person in my life? Do I feel like I can grow, expand, and be my full self with this person, this job, at this address, this location? Can I grow and expand and be my full self? Contribution. Does this person contribute positively to my goals, passions, health, and my pursuit of happiness? Knowing no one is responsible to meet our needs, that's our job. But does this person, this job, this thing, does it contribute, this habit even, do they contribute positively to your goals, passions, health, and pursuit of happiness, satisfaction? Vision. When I look into the future as my higher self, is this person included in that vision? Slow it down, take a deep breath, exhale twice as long, and ask yourself, when I look into the future as my higher self, is this person, this job, this house, this thing, is that included in my vision? Ease. Does this person breathe life, inspiration, and admiration, appreciation into our relationship? Slowly reflecting on, does this person, this job, this place, this thing in my life? Does it breathe life, inspiration, appreciation, admiration into our relationship? All am I sharing and being all of who I am with this person? Or am I holding back my authentic self? Does it feel easy to be all of me with this person? Am I sharing and being all of who I am in this job, with this person in my life, right, with these things? Or am I holding back my authentic self? Does it feel easy to be all of me with this person in this job, at this house? So that's our first set of deepening questions. Maybe you want to repeat those, sit with them, go through them again, noticing what comes up. The second part is, if any of those answers were no, you want to keep the inquiry going. You can certainly just listen to these questions and feel them with your heart, your mind, your gut. And you might also want to do some journaling. We'll start with fear. What fears do I have about letting go and moving on? Sometimes fear can be that tight feeling in your gut. It can be tense shoulders. Sometimes fear is a valid guide point, and sometimes fear is us playing small or building up stories. So thinking about, should I stay or should I go? What fears do I have about truly letting go and moving on? Approach these questions like shining a flashlight in the dark. Just bringing light to areas that might have been hidden for a long time, or ignored, or maybe squished down and shoved aside. Being gentle with yourself. The next set is becoming. Who am I without this person in my life? Just taking a moment to send yourself into an imaginary future. And just ponder, who am I without this person in my life? And as that seeps in, asking the second part of becoming, which is, who am I with this person in my life? This person, this job, this place, this thing. Maybe you're contemplating a breakup or a relationship, but maybe it's changing careers or jobs or lifestyles. Even moving, right? These questions are so powerful when change is up in our lives, because it helps us go deeper to the root and get out of our head. So who am I without this person? But equally, who am I with this person in my life? Avoiding. What am I avoiding by staying attached to this situation? Another way to look at this is looking at what's the positive intention behind this, right? Maybe we're avoiding something by staying in the current situation, right? Or maybe there's a mechanism in us that feels like it's keeping us safe by staying. Have you ever heard the old adage, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know? It's worth thinking about that. Open What am I missing out on by not leaving? What am I missing out on by not leaving? This isn't a way of having a pro or con list or really like thinking about it. Really feel into this question. This would be a great question to ask from your heart space or your gut. And remember, there's no wrong answers. Bring that curiosity. Allow for whatever is there to rise up. None of the answers mean you have to stay or you have to go. They're just information. Okay, 2 more. All. Why am I unwilling or afraid to share my full self with this person or in this situation? So if it doesn't feel easy to be all of you, then the question is, why am I unwilling or afraid to share my full self with this person, right? Or in this situation, this job, this career, this life. It's easy to put the blame on others, right? Because they're not kind enough or compassionate enough or whatever the thing is. But this inquiry is for you. So what in you is unwilling or afraid to share your full self? Shining the spotlight on that with a curious, compassionate gaze. And finally, contemplating grip. What am I holding on to? Right? What are you so tightly gripping? Is it a story, a belief, a pattern, a dream? What am I holding on to? What am I afraid of admitting to myself? If I could wave a magic wand right now and you could say whatever you needed to say to yourself and you knew you would hear it, what would you say? Maybe you want to rewind and go through those again, or just take them on your next walk, a little walking meditation. Something I like to practice when I'm asking these bigger questions and staying curious is to write or think and then ask myself, is there more? Is there more? And after that, what else? What else? Those 2 questions can really help you get underneath the obvious and into the depths. And this quote from Oprah, what I know for sure is that speaking your truth is the most powerful tool we have. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Ruby Christine Head, certified hypnotherapist and co-founder of Life Camp International, and this audio workshop was created by myself and my co-founder Star Rose Bond, licensed psychotherapist and absolute renegade. We are fiercely compassionate and passionate that every human is capable of complete change and healing to achieve a limitless, abundant life. Our work together is where our passions meet. We combine science and the art of healing in a unique way that will cure your need to constantly consume self-help books. We bring our plethora of clinical expertise and give you the long-lasting tools you need to step into your unlimited power. And guess what? We're proud of you. Those questions, those prompts I just went through with you, they're edgy and even a little bit, or maybe technically a lot, uncomfortable to navigate. But you're here because you're tired of not knowing, you're second guessing yourself, and you're waiting in limbo for the right decision to make itself so you don't have to. And we get it. Change can suck, and breaking up can feel even worse. But staying in a situation that doesn't fulfill you leads to a life of regrets. And breaking up doesn't have to be so bad. We created an entire mini course called the Breakup Guide. And there's links to that, I don't know, in the email. However you got this, there's links to it there. So know that if you need some more support moving on, there are ways you can work with us individually. We each see clients privately. We have group courses online, and there's just so many ways. But what we always recommend is don't do it alone. Reach out for help or support, whether that's a friend, a loved one, or even just going through these guides, checking in on our YouTube channel. Life is meant to be lived together in community. So in whatever way you can, make that happen. You got this, and we got you. If you need any support, email us, hello@lifecampinternational.com. That's hello@lifecampinternational.com. Thanks for diving deep.